Hello friends and welcome to Private Classes, my YouTube channel. So IELTS speaking is considered relatively easier as compared to writing. I think the main reason is that speaking comes naturally to human beings uh, as even a small child starts speaking one's mother tongue without learning any rules of grammar. Despite the advantage, many students fail to score a satisfactory or a desired band score in the IELTS speaking test. Why is this? The answer lies in the marking criteria. Okay, as we all know, there are four marking criteria when IELTS speaking is judged. The first is fluency and coherence. Now, fluency we know that you have to be able to speak in a flow without any pause of more than 3 seconds. And you should be neither too fast nor too slow. But the second thing, which is sometimes overlooked, is that coherence. Now, coherence, as in IELTS writing, means that your sentences should be linked to each other. So, that is very important, which I should demonstrate in the cue card, which I am going to discuss today. The second criteria is lexical resources, or what is generally known as vocabulary. So all these criteria carry equal score of 9 bands, and then you are given a score according to your performance. So in vocabulary, friends, I have seen that, and even the band descriptors in IDP, they mention that lexical resources vocabulary means not very high-fi vocabulary, but topic-related vocabulary, which I shall demonstrate, and you can easily use this in any cue card. These I call common vocabulary. So number one is dilemma. Dilemma is when you're confused, you have a problem. Indispensable is a very important vocabulary word, and itself it means very important, very essential. Repercussions, again, anything which happens, it has a result. So repercussions mean result. Beneficial means helpful. Detrimental means damaging. So you can add even a few more and try to use 2 or 3 of these vocabulary words apart from the topic vocabulary. Now coming to the grammar range and accuracy. Usually students commit a lot of mistakes in tense structures. Most of the topics have to be spoken in the past tense, but students use present tense structures. For instance, normally they say get and it should have been got. And they say has when it should have been mentioned had. So please try not to commit these silly mistakes in grammar. Now, by grammatical range, what does it mean? It means that apart from simple sentences, a range of sentences should be used, such as complex sentences, compound sentences, and passive sentences. Now, compound sentences can be formed by the use of many coordinating conjunctions, but I would like you to use the following, and which is used, you don't have to, take special care of this. Not only but also is a very important conjunction which makes a compound sentence. If you have to speak about anything in one direction, whether good or bad, then you can use not only but also. Then so, but, yet. So out of these, if you can use 2 or 3, they are sufficient. Similarly, in complex sentences, the following subordinating conjunctions should be used. If, although. If means it's a conditional sentence. Although means there's a contradiction. Although in Hindi means हालांकि. So that means इस वजह से, because, before, after, who, and the W family. Who, which, when, where. So I will demonstrate today in the essay which I have taken up that how easily we can use these some of these conjunctions to get high marks in our grammatical range and accuracy. Now last is pronunciation. Pronunciation means I have read the band descriptors. Basically it means you should have stress upon certain words and there should be intonation. So don't speak in one flat voice. But this can be skipped by students who are still struggling to get 6.5 to 7 bands. I think this is counted more when the examiner has to judge you above 7 bands. Otherwise, in pronunciation, you should be understood. And also, friends, you should be using short forms. Short forms like instead of I would, you say I'd. I cannot, can't. So that can't or can't. So these are very important, I believe, to enhance your marks in pronunciation. Now let us go to the cue card. So the cue card topic is describe a difficult task that you completed at work, study, and that you felt proud of. So before this, we have discussed in the vocabulary section that difficult task can also be spoken as challenging task, arduous task. Completed can also be spoken as accomplished, finished, and you felt proud of can also be written as elated and on cloud nine. So now we get 4 of these subpoints to write down a cue card. So what the task was? So first, friends, I like to write an introduction. I have written, I have accomplished many challenging courses in my life, and today I'd like to speak about one such task which I finished in school. So friends, I have marked the vocabulary and the idiom words in yellow, while I have marked the range of sentences in green. So now you can well see, for completing I have written accomplished, for difficult I have used challenging, for task I have used course, and which is of course it will make a complex sentence, and finished is again a vocabulary for completing. So now the second is what the task was. The task was none other than speaking in front of the entire school. So this phrase none other than can be used almost in every cue card. So because that is the time when you disclose what the task is. Now after this we write actually. So why is actually important? It is important in coherence, because we can also say an interclass debate used to be held. But to combine sentence 2 and 3, we use this linker actually. An interclass debate used to be held in my school every year, used to be held. And when I was studying in class 12th, my class teacher chose me to represent the class. So we have mentioned what the task was. Now how you completed it. So we say the topic of the debate was global warming and whether it can be tackled or not. So whether and or, they also make compound sentence. So the topic was global warming and I had to speak in favor of the topic. So I had to say that it can be tackled. Now, so I first went through many videos on YouTube. Now friends, whenever we complete writing a sentence, we should always look at the last word and see if we can expand it by using the W family. So if it is YouTube, I will use which I visit regularly for information. Like for my class notes, I visit that. The next, although, understanding after watching YouTube videos. Now friends, although means it's a very good conjunction for making complex sentence. Although means halaki. So even though I got some understanding after watching YouTube videos, after again makes it a complex sentence. Yet, so although and yet normally they go together. Yet I filled in the gaps by consulting my class teacher. So what I could not understand, so those gaps I filled by consulting my class teacher. Why the task was difficult. Now friends, normally for the third highlighter, I use if I have to talk about. So in this case it was task was difficult, so I say if I have to talk about why the assignment was arduous, so you made a point. If you have used a complex conjunction and assignment and arduous, you have used 2 vocabulary words. So this is going to give you marks. Firstly, it had a very short timeline for preparation. I didn't get much time because I had only 2 days to prepare. So because again, it's a nice use of making a complex sentence. Secondly, the subject was not familiar to me, and so I had to put in an extra effort to grasp it. So I have said why the task was difficult. And now finally, we have to address why you were proud after completing the task. Again, I've used although I felt nervous at the beginning of my talk, but I soon gained confidence when I received tremendous applause from the audience. Tremendous means quite a lot. Applause means clapping, appreciation from the audience. My happiness knew no bounds. Knew no bounds is a phrase. My happiness was so much that there was no boundary. When I was awarded the first prize in the competition, it was as though I was on cloud nine. So this is a nice way to use an idiom. Now, finally, again an idiom. The icing on the cake was when my parents gifted me a smart watch for my achievement. So, this was on top of all the appreciation and all the certificates I got. Now, conclusion, a short conclusion. All in all, I can't. Now, this is what I said, friends, that you have to use shorthand. Instead of saying I cannot use, I can't forget this day on which I felt so elated and proud. So, friends, normally it is understood by most of us, the examiners, the people who are in IELTS, that introduction fetches 2 bands, whereas the cue card has 3 bands, and follow-up questions is just out of 4 bands. This is not explicitly stated by IELTS, but this is an understanding that we have. Meaning to say that follow-up questions are indeed very important, because follow-up questions gives the examiner a chance to speak to you one-to-one. So let us do the follow-up questions, in which I have just given you small points. Of course, I will add and speak on them, but you have to do it in your own way. I don't want you to cram. Even in the cue card, please don't cram or ratify it. Just understand the main points, and then you should be able to speak on it. So first follow-up is, what are the things that make people feel proud? So we can say that there are many things by which people feel elated. Firstly, whenever they achieve success in studies, sports, or any other competition. For example, I felt very happy when I secured a very high percentage in my class 10 examination and proud of myself. Then people also feel happy when they help other people, because somehow you get a feeling of happiness. And lastly, parents also feel proud whenever their children succeed in any venture. So this is how we can give the answer to question 1. So question 2 is, do people often feel proud of themselves when they complete a difficult task? So you can say, of course, they feel proud, because to complete any difficult task, it requires a lot of determination, dedication, and discipline. So no task is an instant success. A lot of hard work and a lot of sweat has to be put in. So of course, people do feel proud of themselves. Now, third is, what challenges do young people face today? So young people face a lot of challenges nowadays. The first one is too much competition for jobs, because especially in developing countries where the population is yet not under full control, so there are too many people chasing too few jobs. So competition is one of the most challenging aspects. So second is, you have managing relationships also has become very difficult due to hectic lifestyle, especially when both the parents are working. So it becomes very difficult to manage relationships and run the house. Now, how do young people handle difficult tasks? So first of all, young people, they have to be optimistic. They should be positive. Secondly, they have to take these tasks face on. You cannot run away from them. You have to face them. And of course, you can take support of people around you, your peers, your parents. So next question is, what kind of rewards do people receive from work? So you can start with the rewards, promote loyalty towards the company. And so a lot of companies give rewards to encourage this. So first of all, monetary rewards are given, even gifts are given, gifts like free tour with your family. Then promotion is one of the very important reward given by an organization. And some companies also give trophies and certificates. So, what are the most difficult jobs that people do? So, no job is easy. So, you can't say that one is difficult than the other. But having said that is like, however, army people job is quite difficult because they even have to sacrifice their lives. And secondly, doctors, because patients consider them as God and their life is at stake. So, doctors have to be very, very precise. Friends, if you follow the following guidelines, in fluency, there should be no pauses more than 3 seconds, and you should connect your ideas. In vocabulary, you use topic vocabulary, and in grammar, you use a range of sentences. And follow ups, you should use examples, including some personal ones. I am sure you can improve your score to at least 7 bands. So, if you have liked this video, please like and subscribe to it to help my channel grow. I shall be most grateful to you. Thank you.